Welcome to Where You Live. We are here in Campbell River to find out where all of the electricity is going to be produced in the coming years. We're starting at the John Hart Dam with Stephen Watson coming up right after this. You're watching Where You Live, only on Shaw TV. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. Joining me is Stephen Watson from BC Hydro. Stephen, we are here at the John Hart Dam. Now, I see the water flows behind us, but first I want to talk about what's on the other side of the roadway, because we do have footage of that from before, so I'm going to show before and after. So tell us about that.
Yeah, well, basically this is the John Hart Generating Station Replacement Project, so we're upgrading a facility that was here for basically 70 years now. And so we're replacing this facility for seismic reasons, for reliability, and also to protect downstream fish habitat. Okay. So basically we're removing everything above ground, underground. Okay. And here at the top of the facility is the John Hart Dam, and we're moving the water intake over about 300 meters from the wooden penstocks. We're moving over here to the concrete section of the dam where there's bedrock. We've excavated underneath the dam. We completed the upstream work, which is the John Hart Reservoir. And so flows from the water from the reservoir will come through this area here, through the intake, and enter the power tunnel, which drops about 65 meters straight down, just below here. We also have a new low-level outlet facility and environmental flow. So right now you can see behind me there's the water release through the 3 spillway gates. Right. And that provides the minimum fish habitat flows for fish downstream. And we also have fish migration flows between the generating station and Elk Falls. Okay, so the 3-gate spillway, is that going to close down eventually and then you're going to run it through the valves? That's right. So we have 2 valves, and so right now the water's flowing through it. It'll stop. We'll have the environmental flow. The smaller valve provide up to 10 cubic meters per second. And then the second valve is when we start to get into flood risk management. We have to spill a little bit of water. That can go up to about 30 cubic meters per second. Okay. And then, of course, if we have to release more, then, of course, we'll use the spillway gates. Okay. And what is the drop-dead date of when that's going to happen? When do you shut down the spill gate and open up the valves? Well, this is an exciting year, right? We initiated this project in 2007, construction started in 2014, and this is the year that everything starts to work. So within the low-level outlet works, water will be flowing this spring. We'll also have water passing through the tunnels, the water bypass facility, 2.2 kilometers of tunnel into the Campbell River. That'll be happening in the spring, around May. And we're going to see some of that today. Yeah, we're going to go check out the powerhouse, the power tunnel. It's fascinating stuff. Okay. But basically, we want to have this facility up and running by the fall, and it's on schedule, on budget. Wow, awesome. Well, thank you so much for this introduction of what we're doing here. What's the cost of the overall project? The cost is about $1.1 billion. Now, is there a phase 2? No. This is it. So basically, it's about a 5-year construction period to replace it. But then once the facility's up and running this fall, we're going to remove the wooden penstocks, remove the old existing generating station, to the 3 surge towers, and remediate the site. So that'll go into maybe summer of 2019. Okay, awesome. All right. So right now, we are going to go to a different location here on site. In the meantime, you can have a look at this.
My name's Lucy, and I'm 93 years old. My hobbies are baking, reading, and now jumping out of an airplane.
Hi, my name's Judy. I'm 65 years old, and I love skydiving.
Skydiving has always been on my bucket list, and Judy came along and she said she's doing it. I said, well, let's do it together.
This lady's crazy lady. She just loves excitement.
I hear you're quite the daredevil. Awesome.
I don't scare easy. Not before, not during, not after. And it was something I wanted to do, so what's the use of being scared? The sensation coming out, you feel like you're free, you're flying. It's fabulous.
I never wanted to land. I just wanted to fly up there with the birds.
It could become addictive for me.
I'm going to do it again and again and again.
If you just sit there, then you feel of your little aches and pains. It gets worse. Go out and enjoy yourself and do something you like.
You're watching Where You Live on Shaw TV. I'm Mary Ruth Harris, with me Stephen Watson from BC Hydro. We are in the water power tunnel. So why is it called the power tunnel when it's going to be full of water?
Well, we have different sections. Basically, we're up at the John Hart Dam, and water is going to travel almost 1.6 kilometers to where we are now.
Okay.
And this is the power tunnel. So this comes to the power tunnel manifold, where water will enter the 3 turbine inlets.
Okay.
So it'll be full of water, about 124 cubic meters per second. It's pretty amazing to think how much water volume is going to go through here.
So where we're standing right now, come sometime in May, none of this will be here except water and rock.
That's right. There'll be water flowing through here.
Wow.
Testing out the generating station within the turbines. They start to come online this summer. But the water bypass facility will be operational by around May. Okay.
And the water bypass facility, basically that brings the water into this power tunnel and puts it out back into the river.
That's right. The water flows about 1.6 kilometers down to here, where it turns 90 degrees into the powerhouse.
Okay.
Passes through the turbines, generates all electricity, enters a surge chamber, dissipates some of that velocity, then it travels another 600 meters to the Campbell River. So it's 2.2 kilometers in distance.
Total.
And so the water bypass facility is there to protect downstream fish flows. That's one of the project drivers. So we have that operational by May, and then the turbines to be commissioned as they get to the summertime and into the fall.
Okay. Now, one of the things about this, how far underground are we right now?
We're about 100 meters below the surface in bedrock, yes.
So the penstocks that are above ground, that's where the water's running currently. And once you flip the switch, they're going to stop running through the penstocks, and it's going to all come underground, and those penstocks can then be dismantled.
That's right. So we're going to be transitioning. We've actually started that process now. The existing station, we have one turbine turned off permanently. Another one comes offline in February. So we're starting to transition flows from old to new. And so that'll happen this year. This is basically 8.5 meters in diameter, this tunnel. And we finished the rock excavations in June, and they're able to go through about 5 meters of rock per blast. So it's a great achievement. Everything's lining up, and this is a fantastic part of the facility.
This is amazing. So all of this cement structure has just happened since June then?
It's happened, well, they're working on it. They started earlier this year.
Gradually,
but yeah, that's right.
Wow.
We're just finishing it.
Fantastic. Okay, so stay right where we are. More coming from the John Hart Generating Station overhaul.